Hi, everybody. It's Health Pros live tonight on our Optimal Health Community Zoom. My name is Jan Paxman, and I've been a certified Optavia coach for 15 and a half years. And I'm always excited when I get to be here. And welcome to all of you. Please let us know where you're coming in from, coast to coast. It's always so fun to see. And if you are new, please let us know that as well. We love having you with us. Hey, for those of you who are out there watching the playback or also on podcasts, we're so happy that you're here as well and taking advantage of this great information. So tonight we want to jump right in and introduce our two amazing health professional guests. Welcome to Claire Stoll, physical therapist, and Susan Devon, medical doctor. So happy to have you both with us tonight, you guys. Thank you for joining.
Thank you so much for having us. We feel just honored to be here, and it's come full circle because Dr. Devin's the one that inspired me to become a certified Optavia coach 10 years ago.
Oh, I love that. It's so great. I think it's awesome when we can pull together and answer questions of our clients and our coaches that come on live right when they're asking. It's so much fun to be able to get those answers coming at you live. So I'm just going to help you understand who we have here, give a little background on our guests. So first of all, we're going to start with Claire. She is a seasoned physical therapist with over 25 years of experience across pediatric, orthopedic, and hospital care settings. 17 years ago, she co-founded a concierge physical therapy practice in Orange County, California, specializing in empowering aging adults to build strength, preserve independence, and thrive. Doesn't that sound like what we do here? She's a perfect fit. Certified as an exercise expert for aging adults, Claire brings both clinical precision and heart to her work. And she, like she said, she was inspired by Susan Devon's transformation and her mission to create health, not just to manage disease. That's what we would hope for all medical doctors to get that vision. Claire became an Optavia coach over a decade ago, and since then, she's been passionately guiding clients to reclaim their energy, wellness, and confidence. She's been married for 29 years to her handsome husband, Rob, and Claire is also a proud mama of four high-achieving athletes, three Division I volleyball players, and one aspiring water polo star. So happy to have you, Claire, and love those pictures. It's so fun to see your family in action. Love it. All right, so now let's introduce Susan Devon. Dr. Devon is a retired board certified family physician whose career in medicine spanned over 40 years, including roles as private practice leader and former assistant clinical professor and residency director at the University of California at Irvine. But medicine was her second act. Susan began as a high school art teacher until a summer job as a nurse for her own family doc sparked a bold pivot into medicine. And after 3 years of rejection letters, she broke through, earning a spot at one of the top 12 medical schools in the country. Wow, that's some grit right there. Her story is one of grit, grace, and relentless commitment to serving others. Susan and her husband Tom married on Halloween. What a fun anniversary that is. 55 years ago, you guys. That's amazing. Raised their family in a vibrant four-generation household. Today, they're proud parents of three children and grandparents to six, and some of their greatest adventures happen on family travels filled with laughter, love, and lifelong memories. And you can see top left there, she just climbed with her family Mount Rainier in Washington. And that's pretty cool because she's 80 years old, you guys. She's rocking it. So welcome, Susan. Uh-oh, are you unmuted? Can we hear you?
There we
There
go.
we go. Perfect.
Thank you so much. I'm excited to be here and so looking forward to having these questions and sharing our answers together.
Fantastic. Well, as we've done it in the past, we have given them one question from before to prepare to get us started. And so we're going to just kick it off with Claire. And we're going to ask you, Claire, how does the Optavia program? Oh, and before I ask it, I'm just going to tell others to write your questions in the chat or in the Q&A, and we'll be watching that and be able to answer those questions afterwards. So, okay, Claire, how does the Optavia program support long-term metabolic health and weight maintenance, especially after reaching the goal weight?
Okay, so this is a common question, so I can see why it lasted from a last medical webinar. And I guess put a 1 in the chat if anyone who's experienced a slowdown of your metabolism. Okay, as we age, this happens. And then as we experience life stresses, this happens. And so I thought I'd answer this question since I had a little preparation with an experience I recently had in November. So if we can pull up the slide of this awesome family. This is Bryce and Tamber Nobles. And we'll start with Bryce because this couple, okay, she just gave birth to her 3rd child, has Hashimoto's, and just really couldn't lose the weight. She was still nursing. And the husband, Bryce, busy, hardworking dad, husband, wanted to lose 85 pounds. So we had a health assessment, and the discussion led and the goals led to Bryce wanting to do the optimal 5-in-1 plan, which we know really helps like 17 times the rate of fat loss compared to other programs, and also preserves 98% muscle mass. So we're really excited about the results he's had. This is a picture of him since November. And that picture of their family is them in Greece. Okay. And then if we go to the next slide, we have Tamber, who after her health assessment, we had a very different meal plan because she, after giving birth to her 3rd, wanted to get back into pro beach volleyball and play internationally. Training 2 hours a day on the beach, needed a very different meal plan. Both of them were able to restore metabolic dysfunction that they were each experiencing with their meal plans. And so they have both gone through their weight loss phase and are optimizing. And I wanted to share, look at the difference. She's back to her college. She played at BYU and was an NCAA contender. They got number 2 in the nation that year. And I wanted to share that the reason why both of them have done this and how you can all continue to experience really improved metabolic function is by the macro habits. So we have the eating every 2 to 3 hours. We have macro balanced meals. That's what you're learning with the 5-in-1. But when you go through all the phases, if we can pull up the next slide, I just wanted to see the complete picture. Many people have just started or entered the phase or in the weight loss phase and preparation phase. And that's phase 1 to 2. And then when you hit transition, you're going to stick really close to your coach to keep the habits and start replacing some of those fuelings with macro balanced whole food meals. And you're going to continue to hydrate, sleep well, get moving, all those macro habits, healthy mindset. And then you're going to go and really live healthy habits for life, experience longevities all the way through step 6. So the key to success is continuing the habits. You will experience improved metabolism through all of that. So that's the answer, is just stick to the process through all the phases that we offer.
That's amazing. Go ahead, Susan.
Yeah, I'd like to point out what Claire said about all of the phases. There sometimes is a tendency once somebody achieves their goal, like, I got this, I'm fine. And they skip that important phase of transition and optimizations. And usually what happens is I see them back because they recognize and say, oh, you were right. I should have done transition. I have been coaching for 13 years. I still am in contact with my clients that are in optimizations, and they have success because they stay connected, because that's part of our journey. We're their coach for life.
Absolutely. I love that. And that's why our program is so special, because the weight loss phase is like step 2, and the rest of it helps you to stay healthy for life. I love that. Thank you, Claire. That was fantastic. Such a great overview, and congratulations to your amazing clients. That was a beautiful family, and trajectory of their life together is different now. So exciting. So, okay, Dr. Susan, here's your question. Are there any medical conditions or medications that would make the Optavia program unsafe or require modifications?
You know, before I actually answer that, I want to point out that our program is not a weight loss program. It's a lifestyle program. And so when I talk about contraindication, I'm really talking about the meal plan that may be recommended because the coaching, the education, the community, there's no contraindication there. But the conditions that we really want to know are not appropriate for a weight loss phase. One would be pregnancy. Okay, but we do have a nursing moms program. Another is anyone under the age of 13. But what I found in coaching families, when one person in the household starts getting healthy, the whole family gets healthy. And if you had an opportunity to be on the Impact 2025 event, I think her name was Gabby, and she shared about how she and her husband, I think they each lost over 100 pounds. And they were on a road trip and they stopped at a gas station to get gas. And the kids needed some snacks. Mom said, kids, go in and get some snacks. And when they came out, she thought they would probably come out with some cookies or candy or chips. And her daughter had a tray of vegetables, cauliflower, broccoli, and carrots. And it's like that's what this program is. It's not just about helping one person get healthy. This is a legacy for their children to be healthy and their children's children. That's the beauty of this. So it's not like, okay, they're not going to benefit just because they're not teenagers yet. Another one is anaphylactic reaction to any of the ingredients. That would be an absolute contraindication. You know, there are some medical conditions that you need to be cautious about. Advanced kidney disease would be one because of the high protein. But I have to tell you, in my practice, I had a patient that was so debilitated, end-stage kidney disease, diabetes totally out of control, morbidly obese, post-amputation, rheumatoid arthritis, you name it, she had the disease. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I just want to help her. So I consulted and collaborated with her renal specialist, and we actually created an Optavia program for a person with advanced renal disease. Now it was modified, and that's what's beautiful about this program. We can customize and make a program that fits for you. Another one is somebody undergoing active cancer therapy. But I have to tell you, I had a coach's client who had ovarian cancer, and she was in the middle of her therapy, and she saw her coach lose weight and said, I want to do what you're doing. And we went, you know, it's not indicated. It's not something you should do. She said, I don't care. She was feisty. I'm going to do it even if you won't coach me. So we said, let's just talk about this. So we collaborated with her oncologist, and her oncologist helped us develop a plan that allowed her, while going through chemotherapy, to be on a modified weight loss program that we coached her with. And I have to tell you, when I retired, she was like 5 years later, cancer-free, and had maintained her healthy weight at the point at which I retired. So pretty awesome what we really can do. Another one is like cardiovascular disease. You need to be consulting with your physician. But I want to share with you a patient that I have, 85 years old. She was housebound. Her children brought her food every single day. She couldn't even fix her own food. She couldn't walk to the mailbox. I started coaching her. I think she's lost about 50 pounds. The most difficult thing now about coaching her is she is such a social butterfly. She's out at her Bible study class, she does volunteering, and she just developed a seniors program through her church that she developed to bring seniors together in community because she sees the value of community. Those are the kind of things our program can do, even when there are sort of like potential contraindications. We also have special programs for gout, nursing moms, teens, not preteens, but teens, diabetic programs, type 1 diabetics, active programs for the athlete, like Claire shared. And then even like if individuals have food sensitivities or allergies, we have soy-free, nut-free, dairy-free, you name it, gluten-free. So basically, I don't think there's a big contraindication to our program. Medications, a couple of cautions. Coumadin, warfarin, that one, you just have to be cautious about some of the vegetables that are on our plan. But if you're on those medications, your doctor has given you a list of the vegetables and all to avoid. So there really isn't a problem. I've coached people on them. The new medications like Eliquis and all, not even an issue. Lithium can be affected, the blood levels can be, so that's one that we caution them to get blood levels on their lithium. And that's pretty much it.
Beautiful. Love that. I love that you brought up diabetic type 1, type 2. We do have programs. That was Inga's question. Yes. What you'd want to do is talk to your coach, Inga, and then there's definitely a program designed for people with diabetes. Just have your coach guide you to those guides and then put them on a call with your coach, and they will take it from there. As long as they're working with their physician, they'll be just fine. It's great. Okay, well, we've got so many questions, guys. I think we're going to just have to go rapid fire here and see if we can get it all in. So let's do one to Claire. Claire, TJ's asking, can you quickly explain what the difference between what we do versus intermittent fasting? Ready, go.
Okay, so intermittent fasting is just a period of time where you're not eating. And so with the Optavia 5-in-1 plan, if you choose to follow and wake up with the recommended habit of eating within an hour, and then you eat every 2 to 3 hours after that, your last meal can be around 6 p.m. or so, depending on your wake up time. And then your fasting state is going to be from the 6 o'clock time all the way till you wake up the next day. So it gives you the same benefit that people love about intermittent fasting with all the nutrients and without the recovery and you're starving. So it's a much better plan, especially for women. Women need healthy protein in their gut first thing in the morning. It helps communicate from the gut to the pituitary gland to help your hormone function. So if you're a woman and you're intermittent fasting and not eating until later in the day, have a conversation with your health coach.
Yes, so good. I love that.
One thing I just want to share that Claire pointed out, in Dr. Anderson's Habits of Health, he talks about a study out of the University of Toronto where they took individuals that ate 3 meals a day versus that ate multiple meals a day. Same food, same calories, exactly the same. One ate 3 times a day, the other group ate like 6 times a day. And they found it wasn't about what the food was that they ate. It was the timing of their eating, and that the group that ate more frequently and regularly actually lost, I think it was, they lost more weight. There was a 28% lower cholesterol level and a 15% lower glucose level. So that amazing. It's not just about what you eat, but it's when you eat.
Love that. Yes, so powerful. It makes all the difference. Keep that blood sugar balanced. Okay, here's one really quick that I will answer. This person's iPhone 143, and they asked, once in a while I want an off-plan treat like ice cream cone, but even though I swear I'll only have a little, even one bite can send me on a carb spiral, and then it's just like downhill. So they're asking, is there any way to have a treat once in a while and have it be enough and move back on with the plan? And the answer is yes, you can always have a treat. Like nobody's telling you you can't. But what I will say is if you're a person who ends up like that, if you've gone through the Element 16 questionnaire where it asks if you are highly susceptible to food addiction and those treats a little bit causes you to spiral like that, you may choose to say, it's not worth it for me. I choose to just come home and have my brownie, or I'm going to make a Wendy's Frosty out of my hot cocoa and put a lot of ice and blend that sucker up and make it so yummy that I don't miss that ice cream. I have my ice cream. And you can do all kinds of fun things to make those treats that Optavia has for you really satisfying without throwing you off your program. So that's my suggestion, but it's always your choice, and be sure you're connecting with your coach about that. So let's go back. Claire, here's one for you. What exercise would you recommend for clients who are extremely obese between 250 and 500 pounds? This coach tells her clients who want to get moving to get in the pool and do water walking as it's easier on the joints. What are your thoughts, please?
Yes, that's great advice. I do also recommend acknowledging that every time you get in and out of the chair to prepare one of your 6 meals, you're getting a squat in. So accumulate those, count them. I also love the concept of doing push-ups against the wall and then eventually against the counter. So those are some tips and strategies. Standing while you're waiting for your fueling to cook in the microwave, go up and down on your toes and do heel raises. Body weight, especially when you're obese, is lifting quite a bit. And so recognize that as weight you've lifted and building resistance.
Oh, that's great. I love that. Okay, wonderful. Okay, let's send one to Dr. Devin. What can be done to alleviate pain, inflammation in the hands?
Oh, wonderful. The 5-in-1 plan. And actually, any of our plans that, because our program is anti-inflammatory, and it is amazing. I remember when I started my journey, I had a right knee pain. I had no disease other than obesity, but my right knee hurt. Within 1 week, somebody asked me about my knee, and I went, oh, it doesn't hurt anymore. It is amazing. Just when you eat healthy and are anti-inflammatory in your eating, inflammation reduces.
Perfect. Love it. Thank you so much. All right, Claire, here are a couple I'm going to combine for you. What exercise? Oh, we already did that one. As we enter menopause, how can we improve our bone and muscle density, and why is that important?
Okay, so I'm glad this came up because bone density is something that we need to acknowledge. Bones are silent until they break. 40% of women experience osteoporosis. 1 out of 2 women, so that means Jen, either you or I, will experience a fracture due to osteoporosis in our lifetime, and the most common place is your spine, and that's painful. 1 out of 4 men. So let's acknowledge, how do we build bone? That was the question. So our fueling plan includes, and is basically, it's baked into every plan, sufficient protein to start building muscle and bone. We know that we can elevate that by using the essential amino acids. When you use essential amino acids, and if you don't know what they are, reach out to your coach so you can learn, but there is a particular amino acid in there called leucine that helps facilitate, catalyze muscle protein synthesis. So all the protein you're eating can help and be converted to muscle. When you have strong muscle, that pulls on bone. Every time you flex your muscles, it pulls on the bone and builds bone. The only way to build bone is to vibrate, compress, or utilize resistance training, the muscles pulling on the bones. So resistance training is very important. And as you get healthier on your journey, starting to incorporate that is going to be an important step in building that muscle and bone density, but safely.
Yes, so good. And can you gain muscle mass even when you're in 70s and 80s?
Okay, good question. There's lots of studies reported on this. The answer is yes. You can build muscle and bone density at any stage. So incorporate the protein that you need. So a protein heavy program, which all of our programs do use, essential amino acids, and start the resistance training. You can purchase yourself a type of scale. You can get one on Amazon. There's many different brands. Renfro is one I use. You can go get an in-body scan and get a baseline, start using the program, add some resistance training, and consult with a professional about building that muscle and bone density.
Yeah, I will tell you from personal experience, after using the aminos for a full year, nothing changed in my lifestyle. I kept doing the exact same thing. And just from that, I can't tell you how I went in and did body scans, but I also did DEXA scans through my doctor's office. And my DEXA scan for my bone density improved dramatically. And my muscle percentages on my body scan went up. And nothing really changed except for I was using those aminos every day. So I can say that they really worked.
That's
Oh,
better.
awesome.
Example like that is super important. Another thing to consider is kicking out soda and replacing it with hydration will help your bone density in addition to all the protein.
For sure. Wonderful. Love
I
that.
just want to share when I started my program at 868, I didn't even lift my pinky and exercise. I've been doing the aminos for the last couple of years, and I now go to the gym. I have a personal trainer twice a week, and last week I just climbed Mount Everest. Not Mount Everest, Mount Rainier. It felt like Mount Everest.
I was going to say, maybe I misheard her. Awesome. Okay, so really quick, we got a few minutes left. Let's ask Sister Doctor, she's my sister in health, but Dr. Debon, this is Donna. She's asking, I'm a recent cancer survivor. How does Optavia support my body as I try to remain cancer-free?
Oh, wonderful. Because Optavia is going to give healthy nutrition. Whatever plan that you do, it's going to be based on quality nutrition, good protein intake. It is going to help you as you move forward in your life to be cancer-free. I have to tell you, I went to a Circle of Life ceremony at the hospital, and a young woman who was cancer-free was one of the models, and she was speaking, on tape to the audience, and she said, "I've lost 100 pounds since I had my cancer." And I asked my doctor, now I'm cancer-free. Am I going to stay cancer-free? And he said, keep that weight off.
Wow. It's amazing. Yep. That's the key because so many cancers are connected to being overweight and obese. You bet. Love that. Oh my goodness, we've got so many good questions that we've answered. Let's do one more. Okay, this is from Stephanie Tyler, and she says, my doctor said my blood work states by vitamin D, her vitamin D is too high. She does not take any supplements other than the 5-in-1. Is this a possible issue?
It is an issue in that we do have a little bit of vitamin D supplementation in our fuelings. But what I would say is that just needs to be evaluated by their primary doctor because there's a reason that it's high.
Yeah. Yeah, great. Okay, goodness, one more. I think we have time. Claire, I have epilepsy. Have you ever had patients, clients with epilepsy? If so, what are the benefits you saw during their time on program?
I have not. I don't know why. I would say that the best benefit of this program is all the balance and healthy habits. It could only be a help with epilepsy. So, Dr. Debon, have you had a client that has epilepsy on this program?
Yeah, and it's not been an issue at all.
Oh, she has. So Dr. Debon has had one.
I have one as well right now, and she's doing really well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So good. Oh my goodness, you guys, this is so good. And Mary, I saw your question. We will answer that on the WinZoom tonight. If any of you guys aren't getting on the WinZooms, you might really enjoy those. I'm just going to put a plug in. 15 minutes every morning and 4 nights a week. So there's 10 opportunities to get on a 15-minute Zoom where we share great information and you have a chance to talk on there as well. So be sure you're getting on because we go through the life book and it is powerful good. So, all right. Well, Claire, Dr. Debon, oh my goodness, it's so wonderful to have you guys on tonight. We loved enjoying your company, and we look forward to having you again sometime. And next week, we're going to have something really special, and that is we are going to be talking about let's go out. What do you do when you go out? Dining out, and it's going to be amazing. Rachel Richards is going to be there hosting. You're going to learn some amazing tips, tricks, and things you probably didn't know. And so plan on coming and joining in with us for that. And if you haven't yet subscribed to our podcast, be sure you go into your Optimal Health community for podcast and join in, because then you'll get notification when we have another episode drop. And these are so powerful to help you learn and stay connected to the community and really work on the 6 inches between your ears, which if we can change that, then we will have lifelong transformation. So everyone, thank you again, Claire and Susan. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. And everyone have a wonderful evening. Good night. Come again next time for Let's Talk.